We've sunk an enemy destroyer.
Hey team, is Ripper here. Hope you guys are doing fantastic today. And as the title of the video goes, we have the Ohio here with a, I would say, maximum DPM, the best we can get for the secondary build. And you know what? I haven't done this in a while, and I haven't played Battleships because I'm more of a DD main. But I actually put a plug here for another fellow member on YouTube. I watch his stuff a lot. His name is Potato Quality. Check his stuff out. Really, really good. I kind of just learned a lot from his channel as well as other guys. But his channel talked about doing the full AA, full secondary build, and I was like, wow, well, let me try that. I haven't done that in a while and haven't played a Battleship in a while. And I'm wondering, and with the buffs and everything they've done back to secondaries, I feel like they're more accurate now. And let's see if it truly is what it is. But before we begin, thank you all for getting the channel to where it is today. We passed the 1,000. Now we're on our way to the next goal of 1,100, and we're growing like a wildfire. It's really awesome, and can't thank you guys enough. Like, subscribe, bell button below if you really want to support the channel and appreciate what we're doing here. And we appreciate you. And we really enjoy doing this and having good content so we can do to sell ships, shoot ships, and learn something at the same time while having a blast. And we open fire right there on opening salvo on the small end, and bam, 4,700 damage. And here go the secondaries rocking, and he is dead. We didn't really get a chance to fire on him, but let's go ahead and take that as a kill for our team. That's good. One less DD in the game, but we also lost one of ours. So even exchange. Our druid went down. A druid is also powerful, by the way. But you know what? We have some of our supporting members on the, I would say, on the mini map. If you can see there, the, I'd say, who is that? The Lorna's coming in to help us out, so that's good. We have a backup DD coming in. I like that. I like it when teammates support each other and see what's going on, and we watch the mini map to figure out where's our team, where's the enemy, and let's make a better course of action to make the best decisions. Quick plug also, I have two of my clan members in here that are also playing. We were just kind of waiting for clan battles, and we just happened to hop into the game. And this is going to be a funny video because I'm actually fighting against my own team members. So pretty hilarious. And we see a salvo of torpedoes right there. And Ohio does a really good job of maneuvering. I mean, very surprising to say, it's a Montana hole, but it actually maneuvers really, really well. Scratch the paint right there. We just laugh off the Columbo's shot, and we know what? We're going to push in. That's why Ohio is one of the most powerful battleships. I still say to this day is still one of the most powerful battleships in the game. That's probably exactly why they've actually restricted it in clan battles, because probably people are getting tired of it and they don't have it. It's a research bureau ship, very, very difficult to get because you're gonna have to spend time, money, and grinding in order to get it. But anyways, I digress. Let's go back to it. Taking long shots right there. So what do I like about the Ohio before we get into this brawling situation here? The things I like about it, it's got a Montana hull. If you don't know what a Montana is, it's in the tech tree. It's a United States battleship. And it's really, really awesome hull. Great tank ability, if you will, as well as good healing. The Ohio has a very strong heal. If you build for it, you get in fire prevention. Very difficult to burn down as well. The damage cons are pretty quick. So it's a very, very survivable as we get a nice full salvo on our buddy right there. And very hilarious, but we were just laughing and chuckling on Discord. But as we're going to push in right here, we've already capped Charlie. There's no need to push, really. I'm just going to do a 180 and turn back around. And because, look, the enemy team is running away, there's no point in being drawn into that. So we're going to take the time as we maneuver and just look at the elegance and beauty of the Ohio and talk about, again, some of the pros that I like about it. So look at the guns. They're 457 millimeter. There's 8 of them. And they're huge. I mean, this thing is really a beast, and it really can pin a certain amount, not 32 millimeter, I believe. I think the math doesn't support that, but 457s does overmatch a majority of cruisers that are under 32 millimeters, and it's really awesome to see them getting hit. But just realize that I didn't take the dispersion module that's in slot 6, as you can see in the build. That gives you a little bit more accuracy and better dispersion on the Ohio and Montana, but since I elected in slot 6 to put secondary build focus, they don't have that. But you know what? It still is good. Look, we're still hitting ships out to the distances of 18 to 19 to 12. So it's still accurate enough to do what it needs to do. But we're focused on secondaries here. Again, that's the one reason I joined World of Warships, because I just like seeing guns blazing, everything's firing smoke, and it just looks so real at the very beginning when I first started. Now it's becoming more and more realistic, and I can't thank the art department on Muff that they're doing a fantastic, phenomenal job of just look at this, all the shells, the splashes. I mean, it just looks so. Man, this is when you were a child growing up, you want to play toy battleships in the bathtub. This is pretty much it right here. This is my kind of, kind of came a little too late when me and my adult age now. But if I had this as a child growing up, this would be probably one of the best simulations you can find out there for a child growing up building model battleships and building small little die-cast or models with my dad. And it's really, really cool. But I digress. Other things I talk about, the Ohio, good maneuverability, good speed for what a battleship does. Still accurate. Look at that. We take 4 shells out there with no dispersion mod, right? And just look what we can do right here. That was a long-distance shot. And boom, we still get a shot and an overpin and a hit. And look at that tankiness right there. You know what? We just heal it back, take a scratch of the paint right there. We'll send out our workers and rebuild the ship again. Ohio is very, very tanky, very, very good in that regard. Here's our other friend. He is Marines, one of our good friends from our team clan battles. And he is nosing it in the Sevastopol. And the Sevastopol is actually pretty powerful. One of the new Soviet cruisers, I believe, that came out. And let's see, we can take a little shot right there. Did we get it? And boom, there we go. We got a couple hits on them right there. And it looks like we're going to go brawling here. So we're talking, we're just joking around. So why not? Let's demonstrate the power of the secondaries and the ability of the Ohio to brawl. Look at that. Taking it straight in, nose on. We're taking the brute force of the majority. And we also have a D in the cap as well. So we're going to use this opportunity to shoot on the Sevastopol as well as take on a DD while we have our Dalarna in support. Do we get a Citadel? Boom, right there. Citadel, 17K. He is taking some major damage. And here comes a spread of torpedoes while we did it. And there we go. Last shot takes in splash 1. RP it back to Porty. Sorry, Marines. That's just a shouting shout out to my buddy who basically eliminated from the game right there. But don't worry, we're going to go into clan battles next anyways. But you see the tankiness, accuracy is still good in the Ohio. Great maneuverability, good shots, tankiness as well. And it's really not many other gimmicks other than the survivability and the secondaries. I think the American battleship line has one of the best secondaries in the game next to the Germans. The German-style battleships also have great secondaries, but man, this thing is one of the best tanky battleships to do this in. As our other teammate, Miss Daisy here, comes in the Yoshino, and she goes nose in. Now watch this. If we can really shoot the Yoshino head on and do significant damage. Angling doesn't really do much on these shells. So that's the one thing I like about the 457s. Again, the secondaries, let's see if they are very accurate. I believe someone told me that they either buffed it or did something where the accuracy and the aiming, the lead times of the secondaries do really, really well. And as you can see, we are just raining shells over shells of the 127mm guns on the Ohio. Because we added that slot 6 module for secondaries, it increases the rate of fire. And you can see, man, these things are firing almost every 2 seconds, and it is just, I mean, think about it. 10 dual-purpose guns, twin turrets that are shooting just like crazy. Ooh, nice broadside shot. Ooh, ouch. Montaigne, our brethren, sister ship, that's an oxymoron, a sister ship, the Montana, to the Ohio. It just fired that and got a nice salvo on our fellow teammate. Sorry, Daisy, we're out of the game, but you know what? We got to get going and doing what we got to do. Now we've got the Colombo. Now look, Colombo is at 49,000. Now watch what the secondaries do. They just shred. They shred literally the armor of the Colombo, the superstructure mostly, but since the Colombo is such a large superstructure kind of ship, it just the secondaries just make work of it, and the gunners are just having a field day as well. Now, notice the mini map right here. We're pushing south now because it looks like we're winning the game. Why not push? We don't want to get full broadside to a massive bunch of battleships in the middle there. You can see they're aiming towards us, so we don't want to get broadside. We're going to go ahead and angle in. So again, learn a couple of the tactics here. Note about angling and keeping aware of where your enemies are at so you don't take a broadside from an unknowing shot from long range. That's something you don't want to do. But, you know, and the cool thing about the Ohio is it can do that. It turns well, and it's got secondaries on both sides firing. I really enjoy that they actually changed that setting, because back in the day, you can only shoot one side of secondaries at the same time. That doesn't make sense. But look at all those shells we were raining. It's kind of like a Schlieffen almost. But these guns are amazing. They survive a lot better now. They lead better. They hit better. And we're going to go ahead and slam on the brakes right here. We don't want to show too much broadside. And let's look at the tankiness in there. We're starting fires. We're taking hits. Look at that. Incredible. Not going to damage con. I know we have fast damage con. We're going to save until we get 2 fires on. And look at this. We got the Hanover coming right at us. We're going to aim at the water line or maybe side hole right there. Take a shot. Even with 2 forward-facing guns, still powerful enough. And look, this is the coolest shots right here. 2 sides of secondaries going at it, all gunners, all hands on deck, shooting from left or right, just blasting all over the place. And this is why World of Warships is so much fun. It's situations like this where you're brawling, no carriers, no subs messing with you. We're just having a blast, duking it out, and just see if we can take this nice shot and take him out of the game. And boom, splash 2, RIP, back to party, and we activate double strike Confederate there. We're going to get even faster reloads, 201,000 damage, and let's see, we take out the Colombo as well, and let's see if we can keep this going. Do we get another kill? Can we? If only we could have survived that shot. 204,000 damage, 3 kills with secondaries going crazy off the wall, and it looks like this is a win for the Ohio. This was kind of like just a random game I jumped into with my teammates just to kill the time before clan battles, but then I had to post it because I believe like the potato quality that YouTube channel said that man, these secondaries are incredible if you do build for it. Are you taking a hit? Yeah, you're not getting that dispersion with the module in slot 6. So that is something you're just going to have to think about if that's something you want to do. But do I recommend it? Absolutely. If you want to have fun, if you really want to see secondaries going berserk off the wall, yeah, try it out. But at the end of the video, I'll actually explain my build and the reason why I picked this build and how I build the Ohio. Again, you can build it any way you want. This is just how I do it. My recommendations, I believe someone did ask me, hey, can you explain the reason why you picked some of the builds? So that's what I'll do. I usually leave it up in the video, so it's not boring for those that I want to skip through. But anyways, 3 kills, 204,000 damage with a win right there, double strike, and #1 in the team. But I hope you guys like the video. Like, subscribe, button below. But after this ending here, you can jump to the chapter. We can go into why I build what I build for this particular situation of the Ohio. So anyways, hope you guys are doing well. Be safe, and cheers. Okay, so let's talk about the build right here. So the first one you can see is obviously the secondary modification that allows you to have a better survivability of the secondaries, so they're just not dying right off the bat. So it's good survivability right there. The next one deals with more reducing risking fire and flooding, damage con 1, and then we have the secondary range. Definitely a must if you want to get the range out there for secondaries. 20% increase. You definitely have to do that for the secondary build. The standard for me, damage con 2, it reduces by 15% fire and flooding, and concealment as always, because you want to be able to sneak in there and not be shining a tower. Now here we go. Here's the modification. Oxmod 2, better reload time and better continuous AA. So I think that's a really, really good skill. That's what we used for the video, and it really, you can see it was really fast. We got preventative maintenance at the top there, as well as the reduced fire flooding as well. So risk module incapacitation minus 30%. Emergency repair specialist for reduced fire or better damage con percentage. Grease the gears, Turrets turning a lot faster. You see in the secondary or the Ohio secondary range as a very, very good when you have to have it. Gets it out to 11.3. Adrenaline Rush, as always, to speed up that reload rate. We also have basics of survivability, again reducing the fire flooding. And we have the concealment as always. I'm sorry, manual secondaries. That's definitely good because you want to get that reload rate up and going, and dispersion reduces, as well as concealment expert to sneak in as always. Hope you guys liked the video. Be safe. We'll see you guys soon. Cheers.